Welcome to My Zone Online School. My name is Teacher Mutsa. Get your education booklet in our daily newspaper, street sales, or at your school every Monday to Thursday for pre-primary up until grade 3. The lessons are for listening or watching online. Inside the newspapers, there is an insert of the lesson booklet. Please cut the top of the lesson booklet with a pair of scissors and fold it for ready to use. But there is more. We are also available on our online platforms, MyZone and Zoshi Facebook pages, and in addition, our website, Zoshi Online. Hello everyone and welcome to My Zone Online School. My name is Teacher Mutsa and thank you so much for joining me today. Our theme this week is being safe and road safety. And before we get into any lessons, grade 2s, we know that we need to sanitize. So we take a little bit of sanitizer and rub it inside our hands, around our hands, in between our fingers, on our wrists, and our fingertips too. Make sure your hands are dry before you touch anything else. For today's lesson, we will be talking about geometry and coloring. Now, boys and girls, let us do our lesson by starting on page 29. On page 29, we are going to be doing geometry. Today, we are going to be taking a look at 3D shapes. The first thing you're going to do is to name the shapes that are there. After that, you're going to match the object to the correct 3D shapes. So, before you do this, let's discuss what a 3D shape is and how you can identify some of them. Let's take a look at the board. So here I have our 3D shapes. They are different from 2D shapes because we actually need 2D shapes to make the 3D shapes. So we're going to take a look at each one and then name them. The first one that we're going to take a look at is the cylinder. Now the cylinder is made up of 2 flat surfaces and 1 round one. In our real world, there are many things that are cylinder shaped. For example, a tissue roll. That is cylinder shaped. So the word cylinder starts with a C, and make sure that when you're spelling the word cylinder, you take your time. From there, the next one that we have is a cone. Now a cone has 1 flat surface and 1 almost round, but a pointed top. That is the only point or corner of the cone. A cone can either be lying flat, like the one we have here, or lying upside down, which means that the pointed part is at the bottom. For the real life thing that we know definitely is an ice cream cone. Those ones where we actually hold the cone in our hand and ice cream goes inside it. So remember, a cone has a flat surface and a pointed top. The next one that we have is a cube. Now a cube is very special because all its sides and all its corners are the same. It also has help from a 2D shape, which is a square. So, a cube is made up of many squares. The real life thing that we can say is a cube can actually be the dice that we use when we are playing games. That one is in the shape of a cube. Or a box. Any boxes that we know, especially the one for gifts, can be in the shape of a cube if all the sides are the same size. So this is a cube. The next one that we have is a triangular prism. Now, a triangular prism has help from triangles. It has two long sides and two short ones, with one side actually being almost like a rectangle. A triangular prism is one of the shapes that actually uses more than one shape to help it. We have triangles on the sides, and then the bottom is a rectangle. So go ahead and remember that this is a prism, triangular prism. The next one that is almost like a triangular prism is a pyramid. Now the pyramid is very special because instead of using a rectangle as the bottom, it uses a square. The real life things that we know are the pyramids that we see all the way in Egypt. So the pyramid has a pointed top, only one, which makes it different from a triangular prism where it has two pointed tops. So remember, this is a triangular prism with a rectangle bottom, and then this is a pyramid with a square bottom. The next thing we have is a sphere. Now we definitely know a sphere because we see it all around us. A sphere is a shape that is having no corners and one surface. A sphere in real life is the shape of a ball where we can actually hold it in our hands and bounce it up and down. So a sphere has no corners. Then the last one that we can see here is a rectangular prism. Now, rectangular prism is just like a rectangle. This is why it shares its name. It has two equal sides and another two equal sides in terms of shape and size. When we are doing rectangular prisms, there are many things that come in that shape. For example, a table. A table or a desk is rectangular. A TV is also rectangular. So that means it is a rectangular prism. So now that you know your different 3D shapes, go ahead and do your exercise. Let's go through them again. This is a cylinder. This is a cone. This is a cube. This is a rectangular prism. This is a pyramid. This is a sphere. And the last one that we talked about is a rectangular prism. So have fun with that exercise. And when you're done with it, I would like you to go to the next page, page 30. On page 30, we are going to be coloring. And as you can see, we have a picture there of traffic. Now, it's also going to be your job to make sure that you look at the picture and color it in, but also talk to your parents or your teacher and explain the correct way to cross the road. Now, as you can see, this picture is showing two things that are very wrong. The first one is that the boy doesn't seem to want to hold the adult's hand. Now, this is very, very dangerous. So, That is one thing that we don't want you to do, because staying safe on the road means that you have to trust the adult you are with. The second thing that we can see is that there is a car approaching our pedestrians. Now this car, we're not sure if it's still driving or it has stopped, but definitely you do not cross a road if the car is moving. So another thing that you have to understand about crossing the road is that you do not do it alone. Make sure that you always have someone with you, and holding their hand is the best way to keep yourself safe. Remember the rules of crossing the road. We first look left, then right, and then back to left again. We listen for any cars that may be coming, and if the road is clear, then we cross. So have fun with the coloring. Practice good road safety, and I'll see you when you're done after the advert break.
Follow us on MyZone Facebook Active Kids to watch your daily lesson and other fun activities with Zoe and Zoshi.
Boys and girls, we have now come to the end of our lesson, and I hope you had fun. Remember, if you're not sure what to do or you got confused, that's okay. You can ask an adult for help, but make sure that you finish your work by yourself. So now that we are done with our lesson, it's time to sanitize. Remember, when we sanitize, we're trying to show the world how responsible we are. So sanitize as regularly as possible. Then make sure your hands are dry before you touch anything else. Sashi was supposed to come and say hi to us, but I haven't seen him yet. Has anyone seen Sashi? Oh, there you are, Sashi. Hello. So, from Sashi and I, we would like to say thank you for joining us today and goodbye.
Our online school will help you along the way. Find us at www.zoshi.online and download the booklet. Follow us on Facebook to never miss a video. Subscribe to our Zoshi Telegram channel if you want to receive daily updates. Proudly sponsored by the Ministry of Education, Arts and Culture, Namibian Community Trust, UNICEF, MyZone Online School, Amos Meerkat Syllabus, and Capricorn Foundation.